So probably the biggest problem that I oftentimes find for students in timed writing is a sense of overall anxiety and not knowing why. So there's good news. There are actually several solutions to this problem. First off, and not too surprising, is to prep the topic. Now, when I say prep the topic, I mean that you should study big ideas and big examples. When you get into the class, analyze the topic, which we'll talk about in a minute. And last off, really important, keep in mind that you're not knowing everything. You're prepping or prioritizing the big arguments and the big examples. So let's go over each one of these tips. Tip number 1, prep the topic. This doesn't mean you have to study everything. The idea is to study the big themes, skills, and examples that you learned about in the unit. Okay, tip number 2, remember, analyze the prompt. When you get into the class, it is so important that you read the prompt carefully. Look for the historical thinking skills, overall content, and the impact or impacts of the prompt. If you can get these, then you can strategically start to attack the question by breaking it down into subcategories for each body paragraph. Okay, so next up, you want to, tip number 3, outline out your essay. Take about 5 to 7 minutes to do this. I know it seems like it's a waste of time, but it's not. All you have to do is briefly summarize what your thesis is, then what your overall body paragraphs are going to be, and 3 specific examples for each body paragraph. Why? Gives you a skeleton that you can now work from for the rest of the time of the essay. Okay, remember, rule of 3. That's going to be important for your body paragraphs and your examples. Okay, tip number 4, create 3 big ideas. Take the prompt and break it down to 3 subcategories that you can use for 3 different paragraphs. Okay, tip number 5, we're back to rule of 3. List 3 big examples for each one of the 3 subcategories. Okay, so this is probably the biggest advice I could give to you to deal or cope with that anxiety you are going to feel in preparing for the essay. And here's what you have to do. Remember, you don't have to be an expert. The point is not that you have to talk about everything. The point is you're illustrating a big argument with big examples. Show the teacher you know what you know and that you can organize it well into an argument.